Hey, Alan here from RVAcrossAmerica.net and actually from Platte River Campground in Glenrock, Wyoming. Have to remember that because there's a Glenrock, New Jersey, but this is one word, Glenrock, Wyoming. And I want to start this by just showing you where I am. Platte River Campground is kind of an interesting place. Let me get up and let me show you. So this is the entire area around my campsite, and notice there's nobody here. Notice something else. This is a very short season in Wyoming. It's the green season. Everything is green. The trees are beginning to sprout leaves. As I continue to pan, Platte River should come into view on the right-hand side, and you'll see it through the trees and through the brush. It's beautiful here. And green season, like I say, is a very short and special season here in Wyoming because pretty soon it's brown season. That's as soon as the temperature gets super hot and just burns everything. Already today it's in the upper 70s. Yesterday was in the upper 30s, and we had a mixture of rain, snow, and sleet. So conditions have changed rapidly. This is May 12th as I'm recording this. Happens to be Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, as you're seeing this inevitably after May 12th. And it's the 3-month anniversary since my heart attack. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But first, Platte River Campground. You may have noticed off in the distance there are some RVs up on the hill. Those are long-term residents living here. This is about 23 miles east of Casper. And there are a lot of pipeline people here. Those are full hookup sites up there. I'm just traveling through. I left Jackson in early April. I spent about a month in Casper with a few days at Tough Creek Campground in between. Was hoping to get some kayaking in there, but the water was just too frozen and cold. But if everything works out, I'll be back there because what I'm doing is I'm traveling from Glenrock, soon to Saratoga, and then soon back to Tough Creek Campground. And if everything works out, I'll be in Casper for a few months this summer as my colleagues and I start up a new RV business where I will be RV consulting in addition to my own concierge RV buying and selling business that is going gangbusters. So here I'm in a dry campsite. This is no hookup camping, $15 a night. Gives you all the spaces in the world. It's really beautiful, and it's right next to the river, as you saw. And again, very short green season, but very, very nice. Well, it's been 3 months. It's been 3 months since the impossible, as far as I viewed it, happened to me. Never expected to have a heart attack. I take care of myself. I don't smoke. I don't drink a lot. I stay active. I don't have the greatest eating habits, but I don't have the worst eating habits either. But nevertheless, on February 12th, it happened, and I got links in the post where you can learn more about it if this is the first you're hearing of it. By the way, this post is at rvacrossamerica.net/Platte River. That's Platte. I'm sure there's something across the bottom that'll specify the spelling of Platte River. Anyway, 3 months later, how am I doing? Well, I feel great, really. Just did a bike ride this afternoon, did about 6 miles. Been doing between 6 and 10, 11, 12 miles. As often as possible, certainly several times a week, kayaking in between that, and some days both kayaking and biking. Staying active, trying to lose weight, trying to eat right, slipping every now and then, but you know, trying to be good about it and be real about it. Also been reading a book on something called earthing, and I'd like to turn to you for your insights on that, because I'd like your thoughts. And there's a link to the earthing book in the post. Again, rvacrossamerica.net/Platte River. There's a link to the earthing book. Earthing is all about basically grounding yourself. taking your shoes off and getting grounded. I don't mean psychologically, I mean physically. And creating a zero electro potential between you and the ground. There are things called earthing pads that can act to ground you when you're sleeping at night. The argument is it'll improve your health, and it's a very passive way to do it. The interesting point is that it's supposedly, from the studies that have been done, these are all brought up in the earthing book, it will lower your blood pressure and reduce your blood viscosity. So there's warnings to people who are on blood thinners, remember, heart attack, not to necessarily do it without the cardiologist's approval. If you have experience in this, or if you have any knowledge or understanding of it, I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is it possible for your blood to get too thin? By the way, when you go to my site, I do have a link up to a GoFundMe page, because even though it's been 3 months, the bills are just rolling in now, and they are substantial. So if you feel moved and motivated to help me with it, maybe my RVacrossamerica.net has been of value to you and you want to make a contribution, that would be great. You can go to my GoFundMe page. That's again linked through RVacrossamerica.net/Platte River. So any help in that world will be appreciated. But the bottom line for me is I'm feeling good. I'm sleeping well. I am checking my blood pressure. I mean, it was 121/70 earlier today. Can't argue with that. Taking my meds like I'm supposed to, one of which is $300 a month. And just trying to get along. Hopefully the wind, by the way, is not a problem here for the video. But my plans, like I say, Saratoga, they got a great lake, a nice lake down there. I don't want to call it a great lake. It's a nice lake. It's good for kayaking. They've got hot springs down there. I've made reports on it before, so you can find them on RVacrossamerica.net. And you've heard me talk about Tough Creek, so if I go back there, it's another winter. It's a beautiful place. Probably be there over Memorial Day. And then after Memorial Day, we'll see what happens. If things gel in Casper, great. I'll stay there through Labor Day, and then I'll do some more travel. You're going to get a lot of good posts anyway, because I'm still working on stuff from the Roosevelt National Recreation Area and my trip through the Pacific Northwest last year that I want to detail out for you and give you some details on. I have an interesting post about renting versus buying an RV. Some interesting and provocative thoughts on that. Might prove interesting to you, especially for you folks that are thinking about the RV lifestyle but wondering if you really want to own one. And well, who knows what else will come up. I'm sure there will be some reports along the road. I'm sure there'll be some more insights, and maybe I'll go on a rant or a rave about the quality or lack thereof with some of the RVs that are made nowadays. By the way, mine holding up great. I had the bearings repacked the other day. I had it done by Kelly Alignment in Casper. They're one of the most honest and high quality shops I know in the entire nation. They're phenomenal. The bearings were in good shape, but beginning to deteriorate. It had been a year and a half. They were going to do an alignment if needed, and they turned to me and said, not needed. So that was $250 I got to keep in my pocket, not put it in theirs. That was kind of a win. Anyway, I got more stuff for you over at the site. Again, RVacrossamerica.net/Platte River, Platte River. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and these thoughts on the earthing book too. So let me know if you decide to check out the book, the information. Maybe you can work along with it with me. I'm about halfway through the book, and I haven't purchased anything yet, but I am starting to go barefoot more. But it's also summer, and I'm originally from Jersey, so going barefoot is kind of natural. Anyway, you have a great day, morning, evening, whatever you see this, and stay in touch. All right, take care.